Hey everyone, and welcome to Boss Advisory. Today we're going to talk about millionaires using the Feynman technique. The top 10% of Americans hold 70% of the nation's wealth, according to Federal Reserve. The top 10% govern practically control the whole country, but the top 1% owns 32% of the country's wealth, 16 times more than the bottom 50% who only owns 2% of it. Wealth disparity is harmful and should be equalized. People are different and we don't live in a utopia. Wealth equality is unattainable. One hardworking person can't be rewarded equally. Working hard under capitalism isn't enough. It is more on understanding the game of money. If you play the game, you can be in the top 10% who own 70% of the wealth even if you don't work as hard as others. Wealth doesn't last forever. It always is moving. If you want to keep it, you must keep working, or someone else will steal it from you. 90% of your fortune will be gone by the third generation, even if you become a trillionaire. Consider America's wealthiest John Rockefeller. He had an estimated $400 billion net worth adjusted for inflation. But the Rockefeller family today has around $11 billion, and the next generation of Rockefellers probably won't be billionaires. Who would have thought that $400 billion would turn into just $11 billion less than a century later? Every new generation or development brings a wave of innovation that transforms an industry or the world and transfers wealth. Whoever wrote that internet wave made a fortune, for example. Amazon made online purchasing so easy that most have closed in the previous 5 years. You don't need to be first to benefit from this wealth transfer. You can enter the game late and yet win. Once, Skype dominated video calling. No one imagined competing with Skype 10 years ago. Nobody uses Skype anymore these days. Zoom's same products with improved features blew away the industry. Skype isn't a special case. Yahoo, MySpace, Kodak. In the past, banks were the backbone of financial services, but internet businesses made financial transactions so easy that PayPal, Stripe, and Robinhood seized a huge portion of that market and shifted a lot of wealth. But that's not the end of this industry. People are decentralizing the financial market with blockchain and cryptocurrencies. In 10 years, billionaires may struggle to make ends meet, and startups will dominate. How can you profit from this wealth transfer? How can you determine which innovations will matter in 5 to 10 years? There won't be just one or two technologies. The world evolves. There will be different technologies, therefore, learn to learn in school. Self-education isn't thought. The purpose of school is to learn facts for an exam. Leaving your test hall, you forget everything. The Feynman technique is different. Mastering anything before investing in a firm or starting a business is simple and effective. The renowned approach improves decision making. The Feynman technique has 3 steps. First, pretend to teach a concept you want to learn to a 6th grade student. Consider investing in Tesla. Start with a blank page. Explain the topic. Remember, you're not explaining to your educated adult friend who also invests in Tesla, but rather a toddler with enough language and attention span to understand basic principles. We mask our lack of knowledge with elaborative terminology. You don't know what you're talking about if you can't define your words. Before every exam in college, I would explain the entire subject to a friend who rarely attended class. If I find something tough to explain, I'll go back and learn again. This is the Feynman technique's 2nd step. Identify gaps in your explanation. If you can explain how Tesla's autonomous technology will take the firm from $500 billion to $1 trillion, or how Bitcoin will climb from $30,000 to $100,000 or $1 million, you're not investing, you're gambling. Most people don't go deeply into a subject, but instead scheme for the basics. Let's invest in Bitcoin because it's everywhere. Why would it rise to $1 million? Because Bitcoin is limited. Why invest in Bitcoin? I can build a limited currency crypto coin. Will it also reach $1 million? Maybe there's more than basic demand and supply. I'm not suggesting Bitcoin's value. Speculation occurs when you can't describe anything simple. Read more about it, then move on to step 3. Organize and simplify. Now that you can explain the subject to anyone, strive to simplify it so it's fascinating. Make a brief tale or elevator speech. I apply this to my presentations. I keep it easy and a 6th grade kid friendly. Why follow Feynman's technique to become financially independent? Blockchain is like the internet in 2002-2013. Its 2017 growth was smashed. In 10 or 15 years, we'll know this technology's actual benefits. It could theoretically revolutionize every industry, not just finance. In the 2000s, few could have predicted that the internet would be like today. The internet is essential. We can't explain how blockchain works, but it's easy to conceive smart contracts in business. To comprehend how blockchain could transform our lives, you must be able to explain it to a child. In 10 years, you'll have a $1 million startup concept that can make you additional money. In 2000, what business would you start? The last 20 years were the internet's golden age, and blockchain is set to experience its own. Beware of scammers, especially the ones in the comment section. Blockchain is one example. You may apply the same method to other technologies to figure out how they'll affect the world in the future and take advantage of them. Thank you guys so much for watching Boss Advisory. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and hit the bell so you get notified on every new incredible content we make for you. Have a wonderful day and see you on the next one.